Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 6th episode of Sword Art Online Alicization. Now, last episode, it was pretty much all about figuring out where exactly Kirito went, because he wasn't in the hospital that he was supposed to be in, and we just kind of had to track him around with the help of Yui and Asuna's smarts and tracking devices and just all that good stuff, basically. Gotta figure out where he went, and to that end, Asuna made her way to a super secret ocean base. You know, she had to disguise herself and everything. It was great. So, let's see where we go from there. 3, 2, 1, play. Asuna. She does not look like she's gonna put up with anyone's shit today. Yes, he is a very big security hole. He does not seem very concerned. I wanted answers. I came all this way. Yeah, that was pretty bad. We talked about that. I'm sure you have, yeah. But is it better than Google Translator? That's the question. Huh. Generating a new neural network, that's really cool. Oh wow, that does sound like pretty good, like a pretty good setup. I mean, what choice do you really have, Asuna? Well, we needed him because he's the protagonist, so... I mean, of course, who isn't? Yeah, some high-tech stuff. I'm sure they don't. Yeah, I mean, they mentioned that at the end of, Ordinal Scale. A bottom-up as opposed to a top-down. I have a very basic understanding of the difference. It's just different approaches to making an AI. But yeah, as soon as he said, you know, you don't know the objective, the first thing I thought of is a fizz, you know. The original Sword Art Online game in Kaiba Akihiko and how he really had no real objective. So I kind of thought we'd get something similar here, but no, he has a reason. One guy just sleeping on the job. So yeah, I am glad I watched Ordinal Scale. It probably wasn't 100% necessary or anything, but it definitely helps smooth the transition. And it was a fine movie, you know, on its own. uh, I wonder how Asuna's gonna feel when she realizes she's been replaced. Project Alicization, a very fitting title for this season. Yeah, so he's gonna explain the difference. Yeah, it's the more typical one. Yes. I knew that much. Yes. Artificial intelligence is a hard thing to do properly. Which is a bit harder to do. Human brain is quite a complex thing. We're trying to make it so. Scanning a human soul. Light quantum gate crystal. So that explains why there's so many like NPCs inhabiting the world, I guess. That is a pretty big deal. So like Uncanny Valley kind of. Oh no, not that. Really, sir? Particle effects. Wow. That does sound unpleasant. Please let me out. This is weird. This is very weird. I mean, it should. Yeah. That's that poor existence. No, you're not. You just deflect light or whatever. I rationally want out of here. I don't think that would prove anything. You're just gonna break yourself. Okay. That's a problem. Yeah, that was kind of horrifying. A bit. I guess we do need some help. I guess it ended similarly. That would suck, yeah, just you wake up and you're told you're a copy. It's hard to cope with. So we do need to modify them a bit to make them tolerate their own existence. Oh. Man, we really are getting into some controversial territory here, aren't we? But I mean, yeah, the younger you could get them, the better it would go. Yes, the Alicization project, if you will. Huh. So it's cool that we finally know what the villages are. Huh. Just, wow. Can you just do that? Oh, wow. Yeah, the video game people would buy. Okay. So where do we go from here, then? Yes, what now? Yes, I've heard of them. The Taboo Index. Yes, indeed. You can't really get away with those things in this world. In the Alice world. Okay, now I think I see where he's getting at, where he's getting at with this. Well, they could only ever live in a world with that system, I think is the point. Wow. That was a bit of a leap, but of course it'd be used for war. I mean, judging by that reaction, I'd say you hit the nail on the head. Sounds something to smile about. I bet it did. Of course, that's what you think of when you see a cool VR headset. Korea. Uh, well, no, Kirito just kind of. Yeah, I don't think he would have been too on board with that. Well, rights usually come a decent amount of time after the existence of something. They usually don't come at the same time. The laws kind of have to catch up with that sort of thing. Well, we're not talking about your personal feelings on the matter. We're trying to think a bit more objectively. Does it get in trouble? In other words, Kirito. He's what changed things. Yeah. Uh. Okay. Like, where are we? The taboo index sucks. Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh. Yes. She ate that forbidden fruit. Essentially, yes. Uh, it's not really what I would call it, technically. But still not a smart decision. Like, in any capacity. That's a pretty big coincidence. Wow. Alice. We need to make an Alice, basically. I know, right? I'm trying to follow as best I can. Yeah. Yeah, the sacred arts. I'm not gonna miss out that opportunity. Yeah, I'm sure they'll want details. Well, it's like an MRI. I wonder if I was gonna let him go in inside with him. Yes. Nice to see you. Of course, I mean, she just kind of wherever Kirito is. Yes. Can't you see how professional I look? Cool. See my cats moving. As long as you're, as long as you're willing to take responsibility. He's pretty lucky to have such a dedicated nurse. Kirito, I hope you're not cheating on me in that dream world. Yes, the legendary dual wielder. Atmosphere, I think. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that sucks. You're pretty much a gun to your head. Ah, okay. That is quite a present, I guess. Man, these last couple episodes have been exposition heavy. But what's this outside in which you speak? I see no computers here. I mean, she's not even really grabbing your skin. Just arm sleeve. Because you were cute? I mean, is that hard to figure out? Man, it looks cold. Well, that guess that didn't go well. Yeah. I guess it would have been easy to do if you had the will to, but and this music plays. Yeah, but we didn't die, so it was all great. Yeah, I was about to say, like, their time in that world wasn't all that bad. I mean, it was for most people, just not them. Well said, Asuna. I can think of a few things to do with her. If you want suggestions. Never too early in the morning for whatever he's planning. And no one there. Yes. I mean, we had Kaibaki Hiko kind of like ghosty appear into some Kirito stuff here and there, so I don't know. Yeah, another kind of heavy episode there. Definitely a lot to unpack with that one. Not that I remember most of it, mind you, but still. We finally went back to the real world, and it's just so much exposition with a little bit of Swordcraft Academy. That sounds promising. Okay, so that was the 6th episode of Sword Art Online Alicization. And this episode, Asuna wanted some answers in regards to what Kirito has been put into, and she got them. Okay, so it all stems from the Soul translation. Soul, I think that's what it's called. Soul Light translation, something like that. The point is that that's basically it's being able to manipulate the floodlights and stuff. And what they wanted to be able to do was copy the floodlights, like copy the human soul eventually, like scan it and make copies. And they were able to do that. I mean, just they did it. The problem is the existences they couldn't accept being a copy, like because it's them. It has all their same memory, all their same everything. So it's to imagine what that would be like. Just imagine you're something that's like sucked into your computer, and there's just nothing but darkness in there, but you can still hear something that sounds just like you, like on the other side of the screen, like you just been replaced. Like that's not something that would be easy to accept. That would just destroy your whole world. So if you can understand their perspective, yeah, you can truly just think about how horrible that would be. So that's a problem. We can't really just do that. So what they decided to do instead was to scan the souls of like babies, basically, and because they wouldn't have the same issue really, and then like raise them in a virtual environment amongst other, artificial floodlights, and as just a society and see what they build. Basically, use the taboo index so they'd have a sense of law and order and all that, and that's how we got the Alicization project. Underworld. That's what we got. We even sped it ahead in time to where we got just like multiple generations and a thriving society and thousands of people. So definitely, there's some serious moral gray area here. Like it does bring up this question of artificial intelligence rights, which Asuna brought up, of course, because she is the only one that would in that room. Because Kikuoka, he clearly doesn't care about these artificial intelligences. They're just a means to an end to him. They're not. He clearly does not view them as real people. He made that very clear. He straight up said that, one JSDF life is worth like a bajillion of these stupid little artificial floodlights. So yeah, that's not an okay attitude to have, because they have, to my knowledge, they have thoughts and feelings just like any normal human being. And that is kind of what allows somebody to have rights. That's why completely fictional characters don't have rights, drawings. That doesn't stop certain countries from making laws, protecting fictional characters, but they shouldn't. That's beyond stupid. But when we're dealing with artificial floodlights that actually do have thoughts and feelings and stuff, they do deserve some sort of rights. You can debate, what level of rights, whether it should be exactly the same as normal humans or a little bit below. I mean, you can debate that sort of thing. But they definitely deserve at least some rights, better treatment than they're currently given, to where they're literally just his toys to manipulate with as he pleases. That's probably not really all that okay. So, but like I said, laws to help govern this stuff doesn't really come until a while after it's already started, generally speaking. So it's going to be rough being an artificial intelligence in the near future is kind of the point there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we learned all about what this is all about, the reasoning behind it, Yeah, and his failure, like why he deems it a failure, because they are unwilling to kill, because they live in such a utopian society, basically, where there's no garbage on the floor, there's no nothing, everyone does their job properly. Just, yeah, that's just not very convenient for what he wants them for, which is basically like for war, and all that good stuff. They can't kill, which of course that's a problem to him. Because he apparently, this is what he saw, the potential in the nerve gear. And just learned a lot about this character all of a sudden, didn't we? But yeah, also got more into the one girl, her name escapes me, but the girl that had that heart-to-heart with Asuna that was involved with Kayaba Akihiko. We learned about exactly how she was involved, the whole bomb in her chest thing, which was just meant to be some, it wasn't meant to be a threat to cooperate. It was meant to be a defense, a legal defense as to, well, I did it because I had no choice in the matter, that sort of thing. So definitely interesting. Definitely some complex feelings in regards to that whole thing. But yeah, I also had to talk with her about it to help her, work through her thoughts on it, which I guess is nice. I mean, she clearly has a lot of guilt in regards to this. There's no doubt about that. But just gotta do your best to make it right, I guess, was the main takeaway from that. Because, I mean, for Asuna and Kirito, those couple years in SAO really weren't all that bad. I mean, for the people that just, died or, had to watch all their friends die around them, it may have sucked. But for them who, found their wife or husband in the game and went on their honeymoons and got a house together and a sort of child together, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll admit, when she suddenly just like opened up her shirt, that caught me a bit off guard. So I just, yeah, that probably showed in my face, but I was not ready for that. But yeah, out of the entire episode, I think the biggest impact on me was just when they first showed Giga, I think that was his name, Higa, his clone, his artificial Fluck-like talking to him. That was definitely a very powerful scene there. just, I don't know, that sounds so horrible, just being put in that position where you're suddenly just in the computer, you're told you're a fake, you're the real one is talking to you from outside, you're just stuck in there. I can't even imagine. That would just be the worst thing ever. That's definitely the thing that stuck with me the most throughout the episode. But I'm definitely glad we got to learn exactly what the society is, how it came to be, and it's definitely brought up a lot of moral questions. I think that's also one of the bigger things with the episode. But I wonder if we'll transition back to back to Kirito's story next episode, because I feel like we've gotten most of the exposition we needed right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if next episode went back into Kirito, especially with the title being Swordsmanship Academy. So probably gonna go somewhere to fine tune our swordsmanship, probably Kirito and Yujiro together. So that could be pretty cool. I'm also glad to have our nurse back. She's nice. She's a pretty cool character, and having your own personal nurse is definitely. It's definitely a cool thing to have. I think everyone deserved to have that. Also, just Alice in general. Alice is obviously going to be a very big thing. It's called the Alicization Project. They wanted to make an artificial look like into an Alice, so it'd be fitting if they could make Alice into an Alice. So, we finally know a lot of stuff. It's kind of surprising just how much they managed to tell us in this one episode. But I actually don't have as many thoughts on it as you might think, considering. But yeah, I just want to get back into the game now. Now that we've gotten a lot of answers, I'm curious to see exactly what Kirito will do there in the world. So yeah, I'll see. So next episode. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.